Hey, how's it going? Excuse me. Mm. How's everybody doing today? I'm going to give everybody a chance to come in because I'm a couple of minutes early, but I am going to start off by smudging. I almost didn't get out of bed today. That's how I've been. So let's just do something about that. I almost didn't get out of bed today. Oh, smoke the second cleanse me of negativity. Help me to hear the message of the Creator. Oh, hey. Hey, Linda. Aloha, seashell. How are you, darlings? How are you, darlings? Now, I don't expect a huge turnout just because it's like supper time, but I wanted to do it today because this is the only time I could do it. Right? So let me just you want to leave my clouds in there, you know? Um, so Howie's coming home. This is what's going on. Bev, please pray for our little town. Absolutely. Are, are we dealing with hurricanes or fires? But of course, we're gonna say our prayer at the end. Um, Good. Matt had family dinner, doctor appointment today. His doctor was pleased. He's doing so good. Awesome. Hey, Joe. I'm going to give everybody a little a minute to get in before I start telling you to say hi. Um, I needed this today. I almost didn't get out of bed. And I realized now the reason we're doing this at 5:30 and not at 4 and not at 8 is because Howie's coming home shortly and he's going to be going down to put the last to cut up, do some painting or priming or something downstairs. And it's just he said he's going to be less than an hour. So I said, well, I'll tell you what, I'll do my live and you do your thing. And then when we're done, we'll have dinner, which is a video, by the way. It's a pantry pull meal, but I ain't telling you what it is. So there's no denying that I've had a rough bit. I've had a rough year, and now I am not complaining. I'm not complaining. Why am I not complaining? Because I'm here and I'm alive and I got a roof over my head and my children are healthy, and my husband's alive, right? I mean, I've got, once you start counting your blessings, right? And as I laid in bed this morning and I thought, I don't want to get up. I just don't want to get up. And then my brother, who passed away back in February, poked me and said, get up because you can. And I got up. And I realized that busyness is a really cool thing. I mean, it's been one of those years where it just seems crisis after crisis after crisis has been just coming and going and coming and going and coming and going. And I didn't realize, yeah, my hair's all over the place. I'm going to have a shower before I actually eat my dinner. I didn't realize just how mentally, emotionally, and even spiritually exhausted I've been. It's like somebody cut my puppet strings across my life. You know what I mean? Is that you, baby? I'm doing my live And supper is so good, you're going to wish I'd made more. I'm serious. It's delicious. Oh, there better be. Well, if not, we'll tuck some bread and butter in there. Um, so I I really, really, I don't know how many of you are patrons, but I had a really good meltdown the last couple of days. And today was, when I've got so many things going on in my life that I want to complain about, I give myself 5 minutes. I give myself 5 minutes to bitch about everything I can think of and complain and whine. And then after 5 minutes, I have to promise myself to start working in solution. Well, it's been kind of like that, only it's been such a year, such a horrifically long year, that I had to give myself a day and a half or a couple of days to just melt down and reset. So that's why I'm here. I'm here because this is I can't say that because I was going to say this is the great reset, but I can't say that because I'd probably get dinged. So that's what I'm doing. I'm resetting my clock. I've given myself a couple of days to not relax, but what's that, dear? Better not have broken something on the pool. Oh, for gosh sakes. Anyway, what was I saying? So I got cottage rolls at Giant Tiger, $6.99 each, stocked up and bought 8. I've never seen cottage rolls at Giant Tiger. Never seen cottage rolls at Giant Tiger. Yes, thank you, Linda. So that's why I'm here, right? I've had my 2 days of 1 day of meltdown and 1 day of rest. And today I actually slotted as a rest day, but I had to get out of bed. I almost didn't get out of bed. And then I felt the poke and it's like, you know what? You can't, you got to get out of bed. You cannot not get out of bed. All right. That's just too many people in my life, too many people in my life went to bed and never got up again to a certain degree. Right. And I can't do that. So I got up and I gave myself permission to do nothing today, but get out of bed. And then I started washing dishes. I haven't used my dishwasher since, the second or third day Briar's been here. He did dishes like every other day or every day, right? And so I haven't used my dishwasher because Howie's repaired the ceiling downstairs and I've had a couple of dishwasher leaks. Turns out that dishwasher was on recall, but because I no longer have the receipt or the model number, I couldn't get it replaced. So I don't want to use the dishwasher. I'll do some dishes. So I did some dishes. And I clean my dish tray. It's one of those things, you got to do at least twice a week is clean your dish tray. So I cleaned my dish tray and I did a load of dishes. And then I noticed the last 20 pounds of my carrots or 30 pounds of my carrots went moldy. And I threw them in the sink thinking I could scrub them and save them, but they were beyond saving. They have to go into the ravine and I'm going to have to buy more. Lesson learned. Don't let your carrots sit if you're having a meltdown, right? So I got those out into the porch and I did another load of dishes. And I was going to make, when Briar was here, he had bought cream of broccoli soup and cream of chicken soup. And I thought, I'll do a quick pantry pull meal for tonight. Well, I couldn't find the soup, so I assumed he ate it, right? So I went and got hamburger out of the freezer, realized it was too late in the day to thaw out the hamburger to make a meatloaf. And I just didn't want to get my hands into it. So I put the hamburger back in the freezer and I made a pantry pull crock pot meal, which is going to be on our half acre homestead tomorrow. And that became a video. And the next thing I know, I'm re-editing the entire book of Farmer Boy and putting it on Rumble. I'm almost finished putting it on Rumble. I've been doing that all day as well. So without telling myself that I had to work today, I gave myself permission not to work. And I ended up accomplishing more than I would have if I didn't want to feel like I was forcing myself. Does that make sense? Tallahassee waiting for Hurricane Helen. I know. Absolutely. We are going to pray. Unfortunately, when they sit in the plastic bag, no, I took them out of the bag. I put them in I dumped them into a great big Costco bag, but it is also plastic, right? So, and I'm going to get another bag because I want to dehydrate carrots. And I still have some in the fridge that are chopped from making coleslaw. So I put a handful of them in tonight's supper, and I'm going to make something with the rest tomorrow. And then at some point I'm going, after I do my onions, because the carrots will be out there. They'll be out there for a couple of weeks. So I'm going to work on my onions. I got to work on my celery. I have to pick beans tomorrow. And yes, that's the sound of the whippersnipper. I said to Howie, please just whippersnip me a row to the beans, go around the beans, and I'm good. Because I got to pick beans tomorrow. I haven't been able to pick beans in a couple of days. So, and this will probably be my last picking of beans. So I'm getting my life back in order. And I keep going back to something Jim Carrey said about depression. He said, depression is just you saying, I don't want to put on this mask today. I don't want to be that character today. And I get that, because even though I am as genuine as I am, right? There's parts of me that I keep private. And then not because it's kinky or anything silly. It's just because, I have a right to some privacy in my home, right? But he also said, depressed. Think about the word depressed. Deep rest. That's when you just need to deep rest. And I'm going to deep rest this winter, but not because I'm depressed, but I'm going to make sure, like, even though, as my friend Joe Mama pointed out, I've been pacing myself really well, it's still been a slog of a year with in my family, just in my family. It's been a slog of a year. So I'm okay. I'm okay. If I'm not 100%, I'm grateful for being 85% right now, because yesterday I was only at 50%. And on Monday or Tuesday, I was just flatlined. Excuse me. Oh yeah, suspected spam. Listen.
Pause _0_5_.
I keep blocking these things, but I swear to God, my phone company sells my number, because I did not have these problems when I didn't have these kind of issues when I was on TELUS. I didn't. But commercial. It's a good time for everybody. Grab a cup of tea, go to the bathroom. I went through my dehydrated foods, and I have peppers, carrots, strawberries, and bananas from 2021. I'm hoping they're still good. Don't see why not if they were well sealed, right? Like my cabbage, that cabbage jar is chock-a-block. Those 2 half-gallon jars, I crushed the cabbage into that jar. So there's going to be quite a few, deconstructed cabbage roll dinners. And because what I did last year is I canned cabbage and tomatoes together. I thought, oh, I'll just add rice. But by the time you get the amount of rice you need to sop up the juice, it's too much rice. So Howie being a diabetic, I try to reduce things like potatoes and stuff like that, right? Potatoes, rice, and pasta, right? And so I wanted to find a way of reducing the rice. So what I did was I dehydrated all my cabbage. And this year I'll use 1 cup of rice, 2 cups of dehydrated cabbage and meat, and 1 jar of my garden medley vegetable, and it should be perfect. I mean, this kind of working with dehydrated and canned stuff is not an exact science. I mean, there's ways you have to figure out how to do it. And people have asked me, do I blanch my cabbage before I dehydrate it? No, because I shred it. If you're not going to shred it, then you should blanch it and take the heavy veins out. So, hi. Okay, everybody, say hello. You got 30 seconds to say hello so I can say hello back when you end up on my participants list. That's not the right color for me today. What's the right color for me today? Where are you? Oh, that'll do. That's the one. If you say hello, it shows up in the participants list. But you all kind of got to say hello at the same time, because if you don't participate in the chat for any length of time, you don't show up on the list. Does that make sense? Excuse me. There we go. All right. Let's pop out the participants list. Where is it? Come on. And say hello to Nat Autumn Gypsy, Kimmy Blackrock, Brenda Tomaso. Some names I just have too much fun saying. Aloha Seashell, my love. Kat, Charles, Colleen, Della Smalley. Hey, Della, it's been a minute. Denise Hackett, Abby Eggy, Joe Mama 0.2. We been jamming with just a mom doing stuff. Karen Gadbury, Laura Sup, Laura. Plain Jane, Linda Bopp, Rita's Vet, Sandra, Sherry Leach, Teresa Petro, and Willow's Garden. Hey, everybody. How are you? So yeah, I'm getting ready to actually take down my Pierre Poilievre display and decorate the tree for fall, because falling leaves outside my window, falling leaves of red and gold. Yes, autumn is here. Hi, Journey. How are you, darling? Hi, Julie. But I add rib meat and cabbage and potatoes. So hearty. What are we talking about? Oh, borscht. You know what? Howie was asking for borscht the other day, and all I have are canned beets. So I think the next time I go shopping, I'm going to look for some fresh beet greens and use my canned beets and make us some borscht. Because Howie's one of those people who looks into different cultures, and he follows this girl on, I don't know if it's on YouTube, but she's from the former Soviet Union. She's from like Russia or Serbia or wherever. And she travels all around, that part of the world, and showing different customs and cultures and traditions and stuff. And it's really fascinating. And so, of course, you know, we always tease Howie about periods, mummies, and tombs. He watched anything on Egyptian stuff until we finally had to go to Egypt, right? So now he's looking at Russia. I'm not kidding. But every once in a while, because he deep dives into, different cultures and stuff, something you didn't know about my hubby, did you? He'll pick up some language, right? So every once in a while, he'll drop a sentence or answer me my questions with one word answers in several different languages. It's hilarious. So he said, "Oh, I gotta try some traditional Russian food." I said, "Howie, what gave you that idea?" He said, "Your cabbage, and everything you do is cabbage, carrots, and potatoes in the wintertime." And I went, "Well," I said, it is what it is. We're really simple people. It's okay if, I made gnocchi. I love gnocchi. With leftover mashed taters, boiled, fried with onions, eat with leftover gravy and beef. Oh my God, Paula, that sounds so good. Hi, Paula. I mix cultures when I cook with things like gnocchi, right? I made gnocchi once, and then instead of a sauce like a traditional pasta sauce, I made a sour cream sauce with what was it? It was like bacon and onions. You know what I mean? And sour cream, like I would put on. Now I've got gnocchi in my head. I can't. Brogies, right? Hey, Rosie, how's it going? So, I mean, that's one of the things about being Canadian. You're not sticking to, like my mom, we ate really kind of traditional every Sunday, unless we couldn't afford it. Almost every Sunday was roast beef and Yorkshire pudding. Sometimes it'd be a chicken. Christmas and Thanksgiving was turkeys, because our Christmas and Thanksgivings are several months apart. So, but and do you remember the movie A Christmas Story with the Red Ryder BB gun? And it seems like every time she's dishing up dinner, it's always meatloaf and potatoes. That's what my childhood felt like. Meatloaf, potatoes, and peas. Meatloaf, potatoes, and green beans. Right? If I'd had potatoes in the house, I would have made hamburger gravy over mashed potatoes today. Does anyone eat pork pies in Canada? Ooh, no, I've made my own version of melting mulberries. Oh, 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 oh. Pork pie in a pint, but I don't drink. Yes, EJ, my dad made them all the time. I love pork pies. I love pork pies. So I'm getting hungry. But homemade pierogies are the best. What's that? Oh yeah, that's the new meat grinder. Oh, I'm doing an unboxing on our half-acre homestead tomorrow. You'll get it probably Saturday or Sunday. I'm doing an unboxing. I was sent a meat grinder by a company, and I wish I could have I tried to talk them into getting one for my 15-year anniversary party. But I've got to do an unboxing video, and then I've got to do a video demonstrating it. And then there's going to be a coupon code. Okay. So, hi, Dottie. So that came today. And in a couple of weeks, over on our half-acre homestead, there's going to be a 15-year anniversary party. Now there's only two gifts. One is because London Sunshine is sponsoring a dehydrator, and Four Jars is sponsoring 200 lids, a timer, and a jar opener for my 15-year anniversary. And as a gift, they sent me 200 lids for me, which was really, really nice. Hey, Susan. Hi, Edie. How's it going? That's my very favorite Christmas movie. I don't have a favorite anymore. I just, I'm going to spend some time this winter, as soon as the canning's all done, just watching old movies and stitching on quilts. I'm going to give myself some deep rest this winter. Yes, there's going to be baking, but now on our half-acre homestead and here, there's going to come a point where you're not going to see, if I'm on a live stream, you're not going to see my face because I'm going to have a mask on. Not a mask like this, but over my mouth, because I'm soon going to have all my teeth removed because I need dentures now, because the bone loss is too great and my teeth are loose all over the place. And these teeth, you can see, can you see how they've gone up? Look, can you see the slant? That's from chewing with those teeth, because I have no molars to chew with. From the Highlands of Scotland, Sinead McFarlane. How are you, darling? Welcome to good vibrations. So, like on our half-acre homestead, when I do a video, I'm just going to put up a picture of me saying, this is Mrs. Wolfe, and today, or I'm going to show what I'm doing, but you're not going to see me on camera. You're not going to see me on camera. Miracle on 34th Street. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's that time of year when the world falls in love. I'm doing better. I'm much better. I'm developing a headache right now. Oh, and for those of you on Reading with Beverly Wolfe, tomorrow night, 8:00, will be the next chapter in Little Men Live. And then immediately following, for my patrons, it'll be Freaky Friday. And God knows I need a freak on this weekend. So I've got to go, everyone. Have a great night. I love you, Nat. Mwah. Take care. God bless. See you tomorrow night. I'm going to stock up my pantry this month because I don't have to pay rent, because I rent credit. That's cool. That's cool. We don't care if you have teeth or not. Well, my patrons will see the full face. But I'm just not going to give the bitch factory any more fuel for fire, right? I don't go there. I don't listen to them. I don't even want to talk about them. I don't need any more negativity in my life, right? I've had enough of it this year. And not from the outside world, but, in my own family. Things have just, shit has hit the fan in my family over and over again this year. So that's just kind of the way things are, right? But thank you, Seashell. I'm going to let you know what Patreon. Does anybody not know what my Patreon is? Let me know, and I will explain it to you if you wish. Stock up on 98%. Chance truckers go on strike Monday night. Oh, no. Well, I've still got to get a bag of carrots, and I've got like almost 40 pounds of onions, because I've been using them. Almost 40 pounds of onions that I have to freeze. And then I've got celery to do too. So I'm going to and I've got beans to finish. So I'm going out and gleaning tomorrow for sure. Hey, Stacy, while cleaning, taking a rest. Good girl. Can you get it in the UK? I don't see why not. What my Patreon is just, It is, help me out here, patrons. What we do is we do a live like this on Mondays and Wednesdays. Sometimes, and it's usually at 4 o'clock, about 9 o'clock your time, but it's usually around 4 o'clock on Mondays and Wednesdays. And we talk about stuff. For instance, my patrons got my meltdown on Tuesday. They got my meltdown on Tuesday because I completely forgot my Patreon on Monday, right? I had to delete that video because it was a meltdown video. So, I mean, 9 times out of 10, I leave Mondays and Wednesdays videos up so that if you miss the live, you can rewatch them, unless things get really kind of hairy and personal, and then I take them down. Or unless we discuss a really personal topic of somebody who's a patron, right? We just don't leave those out, right? We delete those. But on Friday, we dodge the copyright police, play music. And some people have a puff, and some people have a drink, some people have a coffee, some people have a hot cocoa. But what we all have is a great time for about an hour and a half. We dance and sing and just lift our vibrations out from under the crap of the week. Does that make sense? And most people say Freaky Friday is worth the $5 US a month or the $7.50 Canadian. I'm not tooting my own horn. That's what I'm told. The Freaky Friday makes. And Freaky Friday is a one-off every week. I delete it after we've done going live to dodge copyright issues, right? So, and that's at usually 8 or 9 o'clock on Friday nights. That'd be like 3 a.m. for you. So I don't know about that. But Seashell has put the list right above in the chat there. So you would be gladly welcome. We're not a huge crowd. I think I don't even know how many subscribers I have, but I know a good Freaky Friday, there's like 6 to 10 of us to 12 of us, that's my boom box. My speaker goes in there and the disco lights come on and we have a great time. So I'm really looking forward to that. So, yeah, it's more personal. Yes. Thank you. I know for 3 months I've been living on $100 a month. Oh my God. So this is why you're stocking up, because well, that's good. Good for you, honey. Good for you. Howie and we're going to be doing a Costco run probably closer to the end of October. And that's when we stock up for the winter. We get our toilet paper, our paper towel, things that I haven't stocked up on. There's certain things we just go to Costco for. One of them is spices, toilet paper, paper towel. We can get our dairy products there, and cereal and butter and all that stuff, right? Sugar, my organic sugar I get at Costco. So I've missed so many Freaky Fridays lately. Oh, honey, how come? So, I just wanted to come on and let everybody know that, yeah, it may have been a shitty year, but I'm not going to let it end that way. So now is the time. Now, listen, we close with what you would call a prayer or a general blessing. This is non-denominational. All right. You take what you want and leave the rest. But if you don't want to stay, there's no judgment either. All right. But one of the sole purposes of loving vibrations is that we want to lift our vibrations with positive talk, solution-oriented talk, spiritual hugs, so to speak. You're going to have surgery sometime in October, November, and I won't be able to store as much as I want. Okay. Hey, Kathy, how are you? Oh, I'm so sorry, honey. All right. So, for all those who care to, please help me close with a spiritual blessing. You you tap into your faith, I'll tap into mine, and together we can lift the vibrations. And well, let's just do that. Let's do some deep breathing. And a two. And three. Hey, God, creator, source of everything, even the wee folk. Thank you, God, for bringing us together today. Um, Thank you for reminding me that I can have bad days, but they don't define me. God, we want, there's people who are going through surgeries, there's people who are battling cancer again and again and again. There's people that are living in poverty. There's people that, are having a hard time making their miracles happen. God, and there's hurricanes and fires and floods, and God, we just want you to pour down the light of your love like oil on the choppy waters and rain us all into your light, God. Rain us into the light of your love. Fill us so full of the light of love that we shine with it. That we shine with it, God. And that as we go forward, heart to heart, arm in arm, your light in us grows and expands and pushes back the darkness that is so easily spreading across our world. Because we know, God, the only thing the darkness fears is light. Help us to go forward in the light of your love, God. May we be patient, loving, and kind, even to the foulest enemy. Because if we let them dictate how we feel, then we lose. But not with you in our corner. Man, namaste. Peace be with you. Merry meet, merry part. Blessed be. Walk in the shining light of God's love, whatever floats your boat. We may not be all in the same boat, but we're all facing the same storms in life. Take care. God bless. And know that just because I can't see you doesn't mean that God hasn't allowed my heart to see you, because it does. Take care. God bless. Until next time, look forward to more good, loving vibrations.